What's up, everyone? Might notice a little something different. It's not on my helmet this time, but GoPro's on the bike this time, testing out the mounting position for the track day coming up tomorrow. So if you've been following me for a while, I have changed my sprockets, actually just sprocket. I changed it to a 46 in the rear compared to a 43 that was stock. And so far, I am absolutely loving it. It adds so much more acceleration. It's crazy. So in terms of how much top speed do you really lose when you do this, I haven't fully topped it out, but I've got really close to. And I hit about 101, 102, which is honestly not too bad in regards of stock, completely stock. It was about 112, 113, 120 with a good tailwind and downhill. But you lose about 10 miles per hour on the tops, which honestly, it takes a little bit to get to those 10 miles per hour. So that's why I went ahead with the sprocket change, and I don't regret it one bit. It adds so much more acceleration and pep to the bike. It's so much more usable on the streets. It accelerates way faster than it did. I'm repeating myself, I'm just noticing that. It'll be a true test when I take it to the track tomorrow. I'll have pretty much the same setup almost, except for the sprocket size and quick shifter. So I'm curious how well the sprocket change does for the track, if it really makes a difference or not. I can feel it though, so I know it'll make a difference. So if you haven't seen my video of me changing the sprockets, the chain and all that, of how to do it with all the links of what parts I got, I'll leave that in the description for y'all to check out if you're interested in doing this as well. If you have an R3 and you haven't done this, or if you're thinking about doing it, I definitely recommend doing it. It's so much fun. For me, +1 or +2 really wasn't going to be a huge difference that you could feel, so honestly it wasn't worth doing that. But when you make it where you actually feel the acceleration and you actually lose some top end, that's when the fun really happens. So since this bike wasn't a top speed bike at all, I mean, it's a 300. Were you expecting out of 300? 150 miles per hour? You kind of got the wrong bike for that. But for some low-end fun, little tight twisties, little canyon riding, oh, it's perfect for that. Adds way more feel to that as well. So I kept it really short in terms of what I like about it. There's really no cons about it except for you're losing top end. And if you care about top end, well, if you're highway riding this, you might not want to do this. I guess I didn't think about that. If you're commuting on this a lot on the highway, I wouldn't change to have more low end, of course. It's kind of common sense not to, but I would like to make sure people realize you lose quite a bit for the highway speeds. For cruising about 70 miles per hour, 75 miles per hour, I'm about 8,500 to 9,000 RPM in 6th gear. So keep that in mind if you're going on highways. So that pretty much sums up the section of that I want to talk about in my review. So I love it. If you think about doing it, go for it. If you want to do it a little different size, go for it as well. I mean, anything is going to be a little fun, even though the +1, -1, whatever you feel like doing, it's not going to be a huge difference, but it's going to be a slight difference. So take it as you will. I'm having fun on it. But as for a camera setup, this one's really wobbly, like shakes a lot with bumps. I might not have that problem at the track, but at the same time, I don't want to risk it, so I might change it and put a little bit lower. Just let me know how y'all like it. Of course, the windscreen will be clear or a slight smoke. It's the stock windscreen that I'm going to put on. In terms of audio, I think this is working pretty well. I did a couple tests before this one, so hopefully this one's coming out a little bit better. There's not a lot of crackling or anything, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about track day. Test out the gimbal, have some fun. So I'll I'll catch you on the next one. Later.
Nobody else will.